Death is permanent and the ultimate end of life, for which we all will face. Abortion is the ending of life, and today I will tell you why. According to the website livescience.com, a person is considered brain dead when there is no more neurological activity, or, in other words, no more electrical impulses being sent from the brain to the body. The courts have upheld that a person is legally dead when the brain ceases to function. According to the Mayo Clinic, the brain is formed in the fetus within 3 weeks of conception. When we discuss abortion in the realm of religion, there are many different ideas on what constitutes life. So many opinions are interjected into the argument on whether abortion should be allowed or not. I say let's look at the facts and take this discussion to the realm of using facts. We can use facts that have been established by our society and upheld within the courts of law that govern our country. Death and life are opposites. I don't think there's any argument in that. Death is the end, life is the beginning. Death occurs when there are no more brain waves. That we have discussed. It's been upheld by the courts and science. Science has said when the brain ceases to function, so life ends. The body cannot function without the brain's function. If life and death are opposite, then life must begin when the brain begins to function. That is the opposite of death when we have life. The science has upheld, we know that death happens without the brain functioning. The courts have upheld that life ends without the brain functioning. So if we look at death and life as opposites, then we must use the opposite definition. And that would be life begins when the brain starts to function. There is an argument that life does not begin until the baby is born and a viable life outside the womb. However, I would ask you, is a quadriplegic living? They cannot function viably outside of a womb. They have breathing machines. They have to have people take care of every need, as they cannot move below their neck. However, they do have brain function. Therefore, I would say a quadriplegic is alive. The brain is still sending impulses, however, the body, because of damage, cannot receive them. Does a person who becomes a quadriplegic deserve to die or not be taken care of because they are not viable? I say no. Therefore, we have to go back to the argument that life and death are opposites. Therefore, we know death is when the brain ceases to function. Life, then, would have to be when the brain starts to function. As in many discussions, there must be a clear line of communication. I ask that with this speech, you look at the facts I have presented to help you to make a determination of not allowing a life to be stopped purely by feelings of what is right, or to look at the facts set by us that define life and death. Life and death are exact opposites. Therefore, the definitions of each are opposites. Abortion is the stopping of life and therefore should not be allowed in our society.